I still remember the night it all began, sitting alone in my room, the weight of the world crushing my chest, my eyes swollen from crying, feeling like I had no one and nowhere to turn. Every plan I had made for my life falling apart in front of me, my dreams shattering like fragile glass. And in that suffocating silence, I whispered a dua. I barely understood at the time, a simple plea from my heart. Ya Allah, if you know this is good for me, bring it to me, and if not, turn it away and grant me what's better, and make me content with it. And I didn't know it then, but that moment was the first step in a journey that would completely transform who I am, what I value, and how I see the world. Because in the days that followed, strange things began to happen. The opportunities I was chasing suddenly disappeared. Relationships I thought were unbreakable ended without warning. And doors I had been knocking on for years slammed shut in my face, and I won't lie. It hurt, it confused me. It even made me question whether Allah had heard me at all. But deep down, a small voice reminded me that my dua wasn't just a request. It was a surrender, a handing over of control to the one who knows everything I cannot see. So instead of fighting it, I let go. I stopped chasing what was running away and started noticing the quiet blessings that were walking toward me. New friends who brought peace instead of drama, work that felt meaningful instead of draining, and small moments of happiness I would have ignored before. I began waking up for Fajr consistently, not because I was forced to, but because my heart longed for those still moments before sunrise when the world is asleep and it feels like Allah is listening only to you. I started reading Quran with meaning, not speed, and every verse felt like it was speaking to my exact situation. I realized that the dua had not magically changed my circumstances overnight. It had changed me, my perspective, my patience, my trust. I learned that sometimes Allah answers your prayers not by giving you what you want, but by removing it entirely to make space for something better. Months later, I looked back and saw how every loss I cried over was actually protection. How the job I didn't get freed me from toxic environments. How the relationship I lost saved me from future heartbreak. How the delays I hated gave me time to grow into the person I needed to be to handle the blessings that were coming. And slowly, I understood that the real power of dua is not just in the words, but in the faith it plants in your heart. The faith that keeps you standing when everything else falls apart. The faith that whispers, trust, when your mind screams, panic. Today, I still make that same dua whenever I'm unsure. But now, I say it with full confidence, knowing that Allah's plan for me is infinitely wiser than mine, knowing that what leaves is never meant for me, and what stays is exactly what I need. And I share this with you not because my life is perfect now, but because I have tasted the peace that comes from trusting the one who wrote my story before I was even born. And I want you to feel that too. So the next time you're lost, broken, confused, or desperate, make this dua with sincerity, believe in it fully, and then let go. Because when you hand over your life to the one who holds the heavens and the earth, you'll realize that every closed door, every delay, and every heartbreak was just a step toward the exact place you were always meant to be.